Hey everybody, welcome to Lesser Saints of Discord, your one and only pre-show to Laughing Scoundrel Podcast. Did it again, 3 weeks in a row. I almost said the other thing. Every Friday, 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come here, stay till the end. We'll raid Laughing Scoundrel Podcast, and then I guess I'll be on that show too a lot of the times. So yeah. Anything going on, Rimshee?
Yes. Sir is watching couldn't make it. So we have El Presidente.
Yes, we do. We have an El Presidente in the house.
Am I here? Am I on?
No.
No.
I knew it. I knew this was a lie. This is all one big prank to get me to actually show up somewhere. I put on pants. I put on pants for you.
Why would you put on pants? We don't put on pants.
Look, I am a professional. I come on to shows in full regalia.
I'm a professional too. I'm wearing a fucking jacket and a tie. What the fuck is wrong with you that you're putting on pants?
I just have a leather vest, thigh-high stockings, and a garter belt.
That sounds like you're on the set of The Warriors. Are you actually on the set of The Warriors? Are they doing a remake of The Warriors? Why isn't Nick on the remake of The Warriors? We need to remake Warriors. All right, hey, everybody who's listening right now, I'm gonna start a GoFundMe, and we are gonna reboot The Warriors, and we are gonna have our good buddy, Mr. Nicholas Goroff, as one of the people, perhaps even the lead of the Warriors, or he can play Cyrus. Like we could do a race swap of Cyrus over to a Jew instead of like a black dude.
As long as we make it very apparent that Nick's a Jew, that'd work. Yeah.
Like
I don't know. I can already tell that this show
stereotypes.
I can already tell this show is going to go off the rails so much this.
No, it'll be fine. Don't worry.
There's a format. I will respect your format, even if I'm not very good at it. So
what the fuck is format?
Do the things you want me to do. I will dance.
No. Articles are secondary. Bands are always top. So
okay. I'm in.
Except for these first two, because these are PSAs.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
You said you'd pay attention.
Okay, so very first two articles, I guess let's get started on this one, because I am actually interested to hear from the prestigious CBS News.
All right.
Yeah. Very reputable.
Some neck gaiters may be worse than not wearing a mask at all. Using thin, stretchy neck gaiters as face covering might be ineffective at stopping the spread of the coronavirus, and could even spread the virus further than not wearing a covering at all. According to a new study, researchers from Duke University found that the neck gaiter they tested was worse than nothing. The neck gaiter that we tested did essentially nothing, and worse than nothing, because it appears to make large droplets into small droplets. Isaac Herion, the study's co-author, told CBS News. Henrion is also the coordinator of Cover Durham, a community project to distribute tens of thousands of masks to vulnerable people. The experiment involved only a small number of speakers and face coverings, and the researchers stressed that more testing is needed. Some gaiters might work better than others, depending on how they're made. The neck gaiter is a circular piece of fabric that sits around a person's neck and can be pulled up to cover their mouth and nose. The issue with the convenient cover-up is likely not with its design, but with the fabric it is typically made from. And if you don't know what they're talking about, this picture, it's what that orange and black thing sitting around this supposed construction worker, sitting around his fucking face and neck.
Yeah, I've snuck into so many places with just a clipboard and some reflective clothing, so I don't trust them.
All I can say, I honestly do have some issues to point out in this article for everybody who's at home listening right now. I understand that they're citing a Duke University study, but I invite you to look at two pieces of information here. First of all, this man's name is Isaac Henryan. Henryan. He is clearly a robot. He has Ion in his last name. And can you think of a single person who wanders this earth with the last letters ION in their last name? No. This is indicative of a person who was designed and placed upon this earth not by the God our creator, but instead by the forces of darkness who want to enslave us all and to take all the things that we love and hold dear away from us. Also, he seems to be connected to some kind of thing that's to ship masks, so I do question whether or not he has some sort of vested interest in a company that makes masks. One of those two things should concern you. Perhaps both. They may both be true. You will have to decide this. You are the American people, and you must decide where you stand right now. With the Henry bot, or with humanity, or with the mask company and Duke University.
Yeah, well, I do have to say, I'm in contact with Tim Dillon. Turns out he slept with a Mexican woman once. You're his son.
I am not. Stay away from my brain. I have been gassed before. It shall not happen again. Not by you, not by anybody. So yeah, this first article is talking about Duke University study that says wearing a gaiter is worse than wearing nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
Oh no, we have a follow up to this article that we're going to go through.
I know. I know you do.
But yeah, because he actually reads what's going on. Let's continue this shit.
If okay, yeah.
According to Henryan, the study tested a neck gaiter that made of a thin, stretchy polyester, which is commonly sold a commonly sold style. Instead of stopping droplets that can contain the virus from escaping into the air, the fabric appears to turn large droplets into smaller ones known as aerosols. Aerosols are microscopic droplets that...
Rimshee, I have to make a correction here in the chat. Baklava is a food. A balaclava is a ski mask.
First and foremost, if the balaclava is made from food, it is also a food. A balaclava made of baklava makes you look like a fool. Never do that to yourself again.
Continue. Yeah, I forgot that it's spelled balaclava. Yeah. But I blame Skull because I knew what he was talking about.
Yeah.
We all know what we're talking about. That's what's great about this place we call America.
Yeah. A balaclava is specifically designed to cover the face. A neck gaiter is specifically designed to go around the neck. People just pull it up over their face when they're cold.
Yes. Also, this guy, I just figured it out. This is what personified Four Loko looks like. It's this guy, this construction worker guy.
This is a 2020
Like, if you don't remember, like, this is, if you don't know what Four Loko is, Google it. Like, I think it's also called Buckfast if you're living in the United Kingdom. Take a look, have a seat, have a look at this guy, and tell me I'm wrong.
I guarantee you this guy doesn't do any actual work. Like, look at how clean that outfit is. There's no way in hell this guy does any actual work. He's just a model.
Yeah, that's why he has the clipboard.
Yeah.
The clipboard doesn't mean shit. I have a clipboard at work.
He somehow looks dirty to me, though.
It's the tattoos on his arms and your prejudice.
He hasn't showered in a while. But I think it's the gaiter too. Like the gaiter itself just looks like his tattoos, and that's just it seems like an extension. I don't think
honestly, it's because you have such a poor opinion of construction workers that you think we don't shower.
Listen, as a person who has moonlighted as a construction worker, I know exactly how often those fuckers shower. They don't. They're disgusting. They're horrible. Been around them. 0 of 10 would not do again.
Yeah, that's mostly the tin knockers. No, that's mostly the drywallers that don't shower.
I was gonna say the welders too. We're having a hard time getting their fucking getting their goddamn deodorant game going, but whatever.
Hey, to be
Yeah,
fair,
they're
it's
the ones
really
that think
fucking
Axe is
hot.
just shower in a can.
Yes, it is. It's a shower of douche. It's a douche shower. Everyone around you knows exactly what's up because now you smell like douche and body odor, and you
Now
are not a Turkish whore.
You smell like dick cheese and fucking, I don't know, some weird ass teenager shit.
You're like a walking personification of vodka Red Bull. Like at that point, you are just an unforgivable mass of wasted genetic material that could have been used on somebody who would have done something useful with their lives. But instead, you decide to spray the Axe all over your body.
Crap,
and ruined it for everyone.
You cunt.
He likes Axe?
No, he's saying boycott deodorant, go all natural. Don't do that,
Nah. People. Look, we are not hippies. We are human beings. And
I want the missus to actually spend the night with me.
Yeah.
Talking about going natural instead of wearing deodorant.
Like,
yeah, she just told me I can't.
Yeah, like you stop doing other grooming things.
That is the unfortunate side effect of ever going back in time. Is the past smells terrible.
Yeah, like when you're watching movies like Wyatt Earp and Tombstone, and you think about how hot it must be and how they're wearing black suits. Yeah, don't think too hard about sitting next to one of those motherfuckers at the poker table.
The difference there is at least everyone smells like that, so you're kind of just used to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the background radiation of horrifying smells.
Yep.
It's like the VD at the whorehouses.
No air conditioning. Yeah, it's like the whorehouses with no air conditioning. Boy, I bet that was a great fucking smell.
Oh, I didn't even think about it. Well, no, because a lot of the whores' rooms had baths, so they'd give you a bath, and then the sex was after.
They should fucking hope so.
But obviously, she's doing that for her.
That's if you paid extra. That's if you paid extra.
You would go and wash, you nasty thing. Here's two more bits.
Those nasty ass belly buttons just suction cupping together.
3 weeks of piss and ball sweat sitting on some dude, rubbing up against some chick who was using a literal rag to clean herself with and no real soaps. And water that you could put into blocks and serve on a tray.
Thank you, Mickey.
Like this is
goddamn 22
this is a real this is where real men dwelled. This is where real men have to go back.
Yeah, Mickey, if you want to know the history of deodorants, what people used to do is they would wear pendants with like really pungent smelling shit inside of it, and they'd just wear that around their neck so people would smell that instead of them. And then perfumes came around, and then so on and so forth.
The first deodorant was designed by a man.
You're having issues.
Living in a saloon. It's called a caliber bullet. And he got so sick and tired of the smell of some guy, he just shoot him.
I thought the first deodorant.
Yeah, it makes sense that I'm having issues, but yeah.
Oh yeah, Elle doesn't have real internet right now. Okay, let's go on.
Yeah. I'm gonna skip the explanation of aerosols. If you don't know what that is, fucking, you've had this on the screen this long.
Yeah.
They're really tiny. They're really invisible. They're buoyant. They don't fall to the ground. Gravity doesn't act. That's a lie. Kimberly Prather, Distinguished Chair in Atmospheric Chemistry at UC San Diego and an expert on aerosols, told CBS News Chief Medical Correspondent Dr. Jonathan Lapuc in June. The fuck?
Lapuc? Lagu? No, not saying it. I got Shane Gillis in trouble.
And so when aerosols are released by someone who's infected, doesn't know it, and is talking in a room, they can just build up in a room over time, and whoever's in that room can inhale those and become infected, according to Prather. The danger of creating aerosol droplets is that it's harder to protect ourselves from aerosols than from large droplets. If you inhale tiny aerosols, those go deep into your lungs and can bypass your immune... They can't bypass your fucking immune system! The fuck kind of bullshit are they talking about?
Okay. Expert on aerosols. What is it? It's not truly an aerosol. Can we just go on to the next one?
Yeah. This one's getting on my nerves.
Yep, that's why we're going on to the next one. Hey, everybody. Did you know that there's actual scientists out there that study things and they don't always, and sometimes they use other things for studies to create effective testing equipment? Well, that's what this article is about. Should you ditch your gator as a face mask? Not so fast, scientists say. The news about neck gaiters stems from a study that wasn't conducted to test masks, but to test a methodology. Face masks play a critical role in helping to curb the spread of the novel coronavirus and could save tens of thousands of lives in the U.S. if everyone wore them in public, experts have said. Yes, some face masks are more protective than others, but that doesn't mean wearing neck gaiters, stretchy pieces of fabric that people, especially runners, nose and mouth, is worse than wearing no mask at all, as some recent news articles have suggested. These news articles were based on a study published August 7th in the journal Science Advances, in which researchers tested a novel method for evaluating the effectiveness of face masks. In other words, it was a study conducted to test a methodology. However, the researchers did explore some mask effectiveness in a proof of principle test to evaluate whether they could use this particular method to measure mask effectiveness. To do that, they had a handful of participants try out multiple types of masks. The mask test performed here should serve only as a demonstration, the authors wrote in the paper. Inter-subject variations are to be expected. For example, due to difference in physiology, mask fit, head position, speech pattern, and such. In the setup, a person wears a mask and speaks in the direction of a laser beam set up inside a box that's expanded to be a sheet of light. And the droplets that come out of their mouths and through the mask scatter light, which is detected using a cell phone camera. A simple computer algorithm counts the droplets in the recorded video. The researchers demonstrated that their method, with 15 different face masks and face coverings, one participant tried out all the masks and 4 tried subset of the masks. During each trial, the researchers had the participants say, "Stay healthy, people," 5 times and measured the number of droplets they emitted. Yeah. So, just so everybody knows, it's counting the droplets, not the size of the droplets. They are getting out of hand a little bit because this was to test a methodology to make sure that masks being sold are like proper masks that will actually help prevent stuff. Is a gator like effective? Probably not that effective. But
it still counts.
It still counts, and I still think it's better than nothing. I don't really want to carry on much more because it's just going to get into all the sciencey stuff.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, I pretty much just summed up the rest of the article. what I said.
The links to all these articles will be in the YouTube video, the YouTube VOD. So if you want to look at these, go check that out.
Yeah, and drop a like over there. That'd be nice.
Yeah. We never check it, but hey, that'd be cool.
Leave it on mute. Leave it playing in the background. That's always helpful.
All right. Do you want to take the next one? I think this next one's an El Presidente article.
I think it would be.
I honestly, all right. If I could, yeah. Here's the problem: I don't have dedicated internet right now. I'm running everything off a cell phone.
Oh,
like fuck. It's just we had a weather event in this area called the derecho, and if you don't know what this is, just imagine a hurricane, but in the plains area of the United States. Yeah. And it just fucked us for days. Like I was out of power for like 4 days. I still don't have internet. I'm running everything off of a cell phone, and I'm losing my fucking mind.
You've been getting porn off a cell phone?
Yes. I will not be denied. I am a man, and a man has needs.
Just don't simp, and we're all good.
Paying for porn? What is this? What is this? 2002? Who pays for porn?
Yeah.
No one.
By the way, everybody, even if one of your favorite people is getting naked for money, you could probably just search it and find it yourself. Yes. You don't have to pay. Somebody leaked it. I guarantee that.
Yes. Do not under any circumstances feed the thought. Starve the thought.
Yeah, that's how I got away from. Never mind.
Trust not in thoughts.
Oh, those kinds of thoughts. Never mind. Okay.
Yes. So anyway, so yeah, we have two conflicting studies about whether or not we should wear neck gaiters. I'm saying wear 2 neck gaiters. You will never be defeated if you just continuously add layers until nobody can breathe.
Yeah.
In the center of the universe, there should be a ball so dense nobody can figure out what's inside of it, but you would know because you're trapped inside of this whole fucking star, this protostar that is made of you and nothing but neck gaiters. You've ascended. You've become a new life form.
Oh, let's talk about a 40-year-old stone baby.
Yeah, speaking of life forms.
Well, it's not debatable.
Yeah.
You call that a stone baby, but I watched a documentary called Game of Thrones, and if you put this baby on a pyre with like a burning guy and like some blonde chick, this thing will hatch and become, I don't know, something awesome. It won't be a dragon. It won't be a dragon. There's no way that woman is dropping a dragon.
A Cyclops?
It might be. It could be a Cyclops. We don't know. We don't know until we build the pyre. It's important that we figure these things out before we waste opportunities pretending this is some medical marvel.
Yeah, it's like Obamacare. We don't know what's in it until we pass it. You know, gotta build the pyre first.
And when we pass it, we will determine whether it is a dragon with big fiery breath and like huge flappy wings, or it will be an abomination in the eyes of God and will bring about the end times.
It'll be that fucked up dude from 300.
I was thinking more like that guy from the end of RoboCop who gets the dip in the toxic waste.
Wait. So they're advertising an article right below the video. It says, first successful uterus transplant recipient now pregnant.
Nice. Congrats.
Awesome.
You've defied God's will. That is why we are here on Earth. We find things that we were not supposed to do, and we just do them.
That's why the pandemic is happening, is because this uterus transplant is the cause for God sending coronavirus to us. COVID-19.
Probably. God's like, you're not to go to the bottom of the ocean.
That uterus is going to give birth to the Antichrist.
Possibly.
One can
We have
only
to
hope.
we have to put the 40-year-old stone baby into that uterus to find out. And what will hatch there?
Yes,
What will
reverse
hatch
C-section.
Yes. Like this could be the thing that Lovecraft was talking about, but we just go about it a different way.
Oh, the birth of
Not-
Cthulhu. Yes.
Perhaps. But there was also the Dagon to remember. It's a deep cut for those of the Lovecraft fandom.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Anyway, so this lady had a dead baby in her uterus for 40 goddamn years. Just
Yeah,
fucking
40-year-old stone baby found an elderly woman. An elderly Colombian woman was stunned when she went to the doctor for pelvic pain and was told the pain was caused by 40-year-old stone fetus.
Now is the time to have a slide whistle sound effect.
Now is the time to cast fetus deletus.
That was 40 years ago. Like
Yes,
this
but
fetus
now
is now 50
it's been 40 years. You
Pokemon.
know the kid's not leaving the nest.
It's true. Like he should be paying rent. Like there was this SNL skit where this lady was having a baby after 40 years, and it was just like Will Ferrell who like pops up covered in Vaseline. He's like, "Whoa, man, it was hot in there." Like that was it. That's the whole joke. Like I don't know if there was a skit prior to or subsequent of that moment. That was it. That was the whole joke.
I thought, I would have thought you would have gone for something people might have known, like the Ace Ventura scene when he crawls out of the rhino.
Yeah. Ace Ventura 2 is more popular than SNL. I should have known.
All right.
When will I learn? When will I learn?
Never learn. I love it.
The 82-year-old had been carrying the calcified 4-pound fetus called a lithopedion for decades without realizing it, according to the Telegraph. Doctors only discovered the rare medical phenomenon after ordering an X-ray that revealed the lithopedion, also called a stone baby, which I'm just going to refer to it as from now on. The woman is now expected to undergo surgery to remove it.
Surgery and not an
removed from my
exorcism.
mother.
Like, they don't need a surgeon; they need a priest. Because what is going to emerge from that woman's vagina is horror. It is terror.
Oh no! It's a stone baby. It's a baby golem. That's what it is. We figured it out. Okay.
So we need to find a rabbi. Is what you're saying?
Well,
so it's a half-breed because she hooked up with a golem at one point.
She's giving birth to like an Isabel Bloom statue.
Yeah, Rimshee, you need to go and find that note, sign your name, and have this golem as your buddy.
Like it's a paperweight on a desk after this point.
You're assuming I haven't already done that.
Yeah, I'm getting way too into golem lore right now. For those of you that don't know in the audience, golems are clay stone creatures made by the Jews to protect them, and they carry in their mouths a note, and you take it out, you sign it, and you put it back in, and they become your servant forever.
So is this Colombian woman a Jew?
Maybe. I don't know. A lot of Jews escaped to Colombia, so did a bunch of Nazis.
Well, it got really awkward when they both showed up in the same neighborhoods.
All right. Dr. Kim Garcia. Garksey? Garksey. I like that one best. Who directs the OBGYN clerkship program at University Hospital's Case Medical Center in Cleveland, said the condition is so rare it has only been recorded approximately 300 times in medical literature. Garski, who did not treat the Colombian woman, says the stone baby is created when a pregnancy forms in the abdomen rather than in the uterus. When the pregnancy
Wait, what?
ultimately fails, usually because the fetus does not have enough blood supply, there is no way for the body to expel the fetus. As a result, the body turns the fetus in.
Wait, so she accidentally juniored this fetus?
Hey, ectopic pregnancies fucking blow.
Yeah. Well, Arnold Schwarzenegger did it, so.
As a result, the body turns the fetus to quote-unquote stone, using the same immune process that protects the body from any foreign object detected in a person's system. Garsky said it may seem odd, but that the process is used constantly in the body to stay healthy. When you get old, cartilage is in the knees. It calcifies. Garsky explains. The calcification of the tissue protects the mother from infection, but also means that the stone baby can remain in the abdomen undetected for decades. No shit. Most of the time,
And nobody
people.
is horrified by this.
Most
I
of the
can dig
time, most of the time, people find these, and sometimes even after they're found, and don't do anything about it because they're totally asymptomatic," said Garsky. The rate of abdominal pregnancy is about 1 in 10,000 pregnancies. However, Garsky said modern medical care usually identifies any issues that would lead to a stone baby before the stone baby can form.
Cool.
This is just the worst thing in the fucking world that has ever existed, ever. Number 301, evidently.
Yeah.
Every single one of these is a chance to hatch some kind of nightmarish creature.
No.
I think
Well, I think
almost
they're just gonna throw it out in the trash, and it is Colombia, so it might end up in a massive landfill burning. So.
You kidding?
I mean, yeah.
If I was a woman and I had a stone baby, I'd be putting that thing out in the front fucking yard.
I would be putting that thing out in the market in China. Somebody will want to crush, grind, and then snort that thing to finally get an erection they've been hoping for. I will bet you that this person has just hit the jackpot. They will sell this stone baby for $10 million to some Chinese guy.
In Colombia?
I mean, that's just where it starts.
They're everywhere.
Like, this is
Chinese
finding a
people are
blood
everywhere.
diamond.
Are you saying Chinese people are everywhere, or stone babies are everywhere?
No, Chinese people.
Clearly, the answer is Chinese people. Because how many stone? You just
So
trip
many.
over stone babies in your part of the world?
Yeah. I run into Chinese people every day.
God, we are fucked.
It's like we don't go out and get like stone baby takeaway, you know?
Yeah.
Like we don't go out there and talk about all those stone baby hackers ruining our free to play games.
No. God damn it.
I will not let this man breathe if given the first opportunity. I will choke him on his own marijuana.
I get the feeling that there would be someone out there that would just drill a hole in the stone baby and shove like explosives up in it.
I mean, that's always an option. You put it up for auction.
You grind the stone baby up so that you don't produce sperm anymore. It's like it's an ancient Chinese medicine version of a vasectomy.
Like, chances are Hideo Kojima or somebody's going to see this thing and they're going to lose their shit and we're going to get another video game out of it.
No, the stone baby is just a sign that you have a cold, dead soul.
Wait, I got it. Okay. What you do is you take the baby and you bury him in the middle of the field somewhere, and that's how you get those Cabbage Patch Kids that we had back in the
80s. Oh, they still exist.
It is not an egg. It is a seed for the Cabbage Patch so that you can tell your children that oh, when mommy and daddy want to have a baby, daddy like just drops a huge stinky load in mommy's cunt. Like instead, she could be like, we actually go to the Cabbage Patch where they once planted a 40-year-old stone fetus.
Oh man,
Birth is now very metal.
I dig it.
Yeah, if we were at all child safe before, we're not anymore.
Oh, yeah,
By the way,
should have asked.
speaking of planting things in fields, thanks all for that segue.
That's right. I'm good at things. And one of those things is leading things into other things and enabling people to do drugs. Speaking of enabling, China has been sending care packages to stupid people in the United States. What do these care packages have inside of them, you may be asking? Take it away, Jables.
Arkansas man plants mystery seeds from China. USDA preps to destroy.
Yes, they prep to destroy the man, not the seeds. They're curious about the seeds. The man is a fucking idiot and deserves to be burned.
I don't know.
I'm planting mystery seeds.
I'd plant them in a pot out of curiosity.
I mean, probably nothing, but
man from Boonville, well, we already covered an article about this. It was some sort of like return scam thing. A man from Boonville, Arkansas, planted unsolicited mystery seeds he received from China weeks before government officials issued their warnings not to. And now that plant has been prepped for incineration, a spokesperson from the Arkansas Department of Agriculture told Fox News. The plant in question grew white fruits and orange blossoms that reportedly looked similar to a squash plant after having been grown for 2 months. After conducting an internal analysis, agricultural experts in Arkansas have determined the Boonville plant to be a species that is native to South and Southeast Asia. Department staff performed an unofficial identification of the plants and determined that it was Benincasa hispida, common name wax gourd, winter melon, Chinese watermelon. Out of an abundance of caution, the plant material was incinerated, wrote Arkansas Department of Agriculture's Public Information Manager Anna Thrash in an email. That's a name, Anna Thrash.
Oh yeah.
God damn, you should not be working for the Department of Agriculture with a name like that.
She should be fucking fronting a band.
Yeah.
Screaming into a microphone at minimum.
Mm-hmm. At least, very minimum, playing bass.
Or like professional wrestling, something. Like you got to do something with that name.
Yeah, you got a future in entertainment with a name like that. That's for sure.
Yeah, paint your face, fucking corpse paint, and then just go on stage and rip it.
Yeah.
Like you got to do some kind of performance.
Yeah. Something.
You can't waste a name like that. Come on.
At least say that she skateboards in her free time.
For real. Like it's Anna Thrash. That's who she is, and that's what she do. Like it would be the sickest shit.
Yeah, can she learn the kickflip at least? That'd be great. After further discussion with our USDA partners, we will be transferring plant material collected in the future to them for official identification. Boonville plant is one of the few, if not only, confirmed instances of the questionable foreign seeds being planted in the U.S., though thousands of Americans have reported receiving unsolicited seed packets, largely from China and sometimes from Uzbekistan. Yeah, but was it like species or was it just like food? Because the Chinese watermelon, like, is
Could be invasive. We don't know.
That's why I'm looking it up right now.
It's like, is it invasive where it came from? Who the fuck cares?
Who the fuck knows?
Yeah.
Certainly no one in our chat, I'm sure.
No. Fuck.
It's like,
You're not giving me
any
anything.
botanists in
When
our
I just
chat?
type in Chinese watermelon, I'm not getting shit.
That's because they made it up. They don't want you to know!
It's true. The government is hiding things from us when they tell us not to plant these seeds. What could it possibly do? Something amazing or something horrifying? Will
It's
it
not
turn us
actually-
into something horrifying?
It's not actually Chinese, it's actually alien. It's from some planet. It's from one of those like Earth-like planets that that we know about but don't tell anyone about because, you know, people are fucking crazy and would demand we nuke the goddamn place. So yeah.
There's commies on the moon. Nuke the moon.
Maybe we should nuke the moon anyway.
I agree.
We should
Just as a
nuke the far
preemptive
side of
strike.
the moon to keep it from going too far away
It's
from
a
us.
food plant. Yeah, no, you can eat it.
You can eat the Chinese watermelon?
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that this plant is a Chinese watermelon.
They said it resembles the Chinese watermelon, but what it could actually be is the plant that turns us all into monsters.
Oh,
No,
wait.
it's the plant that
thinking-
gives us all superpowers. That's why they don't want us planting it.
It's like that plant from Black Panther. Like you just drink the juice, and then you become super juice.
Yeah, it's just a food. Wait, hold on. Are the Chinese sending all these seeds so that people plant them, and then it seems more like their home country when they invade?
No, these are, like we said, these are plants from an alien planet, and they're just there to make the aliens' job of invading and taking over easier. That's why the government doesn't want us to know about it.
Much like the octopuses.
Octopusi. Or some
No,
shit.
it's octopuses. We covered that article, remember?
I know. But it's so much fun to just bullshit.
Yeah, octopi and octopodes are much more fun words than octopuses. But the experts say it's octopuses. Bastard. Okay, never mind. I missed those days. That was a fun science article. Just
Yeah.
loading up those octopuses with fucking MDMA. Like a lot. Like
And then just
15
randomly at
normal
the
amount
end.
a human would take.
And then randomly at the end. Oh, by the way, it is octopuses, not octopusi, not octopus, or whatever. No, it's octopuses.
Yeah.
It always goes back to the creatures from beyond the deep. And
What
the
isn't
nightmares that wait
beyond the
for
deep?
us. Things that come back from beyond the deep.
Alright, you gonna continue reading this, Jables?
Not really. I think it's more.
Oh, this next
Speaking
one.
of things that come from beyond the deep.
Speaking of, yeah, exactly. Yale scientists restore cellular function in 32 dead pig brains. And we're going to take a quick pause here. Look at this picture. It looks like it's from a cheap as fuck B film. And it looks like either he's satisfied with the job he's doing, or he's a pig man getting a blowy.
Possibly both.
Yeah, just let that sink in.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you.
Alright, anyway.
Fucking incredible.
Researchers hope the technology will further our understanding of the brain But, oh, pardon me, lawmakers may not be ready for the ethical challenges. And look at that shitty razor. Researchers at the Yale School of Medicine successfully restore some functions to pig brains that had been dead for hours. They hope the technology will advance our understanding of the brain, potentially developing new treatments for debilitating diseases and disorders. Research raises many ethical questions and puts to the test our current understanding of death.
Yes, or it could create the apocalypse that has been written about in shitty fiction for nearly 50 fucking years now.
Yeah. I'm open for that one.
All right.
It's like, okay, well, this is one of those times.
When I said we need a new pandemic, I was talking more like zombie apocalypse type shit, not this boring ass COVID pandemic.
The pandemic that's at this point like 90% political, 10% medical. And that's not to say that its scope isn't huge. It's just more of what it's about is political than what it actually is.
And that's only because you can produce politics out of thin air, and it takes time and effort to actually make medical shit.
All right. The image of an undead brain coming back to life, back to live again. Coming back to life again is the stuff of science fiction. Not just any science fiction.
It means horror, not science fiction.
Oh, no, it is science fiction. It is science fiction, too. Horror is for when it's gonna kill its creators. They're not specifying it's gonna kill its creators. That falls within science fiction.
Roll back to the let's roll back to the 18th century really quick here. Every single time something has come back from the death, other than the story of Christ, has been something that came back pissed off trying to kill people.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we can even go back to like the 50s and 60s with that, with the Reanimator.
Yeah, but most of the I'm talking about like Mary Shelley's Frankenstein and Bram Stoker's Dracula. Like everything that came back from the dead was pissed.
No,
but those were horror movies. If you watch actual like B-rated sci-fi flicks, it's not horror. It's like, oh, we gotta save him. He's brain dead. He's been brain dead for hours. Bring him back. Put in the neural shunts and all that stuff. Look at Star Trek. It's in there too.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
But Frankenstein's monster wasn't pissed.
The first thing he wanted to do was to kill his creator.
No. First thing he did was walk outside and pick flowers and sit by a pond.
You obviously haven't read the story. Like I think we're talking about the difference between Mary Shelley's Frankenstein and the Boris Karloff movie, aren't we?
Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't an angry monster. What happened? Okay.
He was just a black and white creature wandering through a black and white world.
Yeah. No. What? Okay. So what actually happened was Frankenstein's monster was existing, but not at full like mental capacity because he got the wrong brain, and like he accidentally killed this little girl, and the town turned into the actual monsters and proceeded to storm Dr. Frankenstein's place and just burn it down and kill everybody inside. So that's a true story.
That's not a true story because it's the historical story, but it's not true since it's all fiction.
It's the true story of that book. It's not a true story.
All right. But not just any science fiction, specifically B-grade sci-fi. What instantly springs to mind is the black and white horror films like Fiend Without a Face, bad acting, plastic monstrosities, visible strings, and a spinal cord that, for some reason, is also a tentacle? But like any good sci-fi, It's only a matter of time before some manner of it seeps into our reality. This week, Nature published the findings of researchers who managed to restore function to pigs' brains that were clinically dead. At least, what we once thought of as dead. What's dead may never die, it seems. The researchers did not hail from House Greyjoy. What is dead may never die, but came largely from the Yale School of Medicine. They connected 32 pig brains to a system called BrainX. BrainX is an artificial perfusion system that is a system that takes over the functions of normally regulated by the organ. The pigs had been killed for 4 hours, or had been killed 4 hours earlier at the U.S. Department of Agriculture slaughterhouse. Their brains completely removed from the skulls. BrainX pumped an experiment solution into the brain that essentially mimicked blood flow. It brought oxygen and nutrients to the tissues, giving brain cells the resources to begin many normal functions. The cells began consuming and metabolizing sugars. The brain's immune systems kicked in. Neuron samples could carry an electrical signal from the brain cells, even responding to drugs. The researchers have managed to keep some brains alive for up to 36 hours and currently do not know if BrainX can have sustained brains longer. It is conceivable we are just preventing the inevitable, and the brain won't be able to recover, said Ninand Sethen, Yale neuroscientist and the lead researcher. Also, as a control, the brains received either a fake solution or no solution at all. None revived brain activity and deteriorated as normal. The researchers hope the technology can enhance our ability to study the brain and its cellular functions. One of the main avenues of such studies would be brain disorders and diseases. This could point the way to developing new of treatments. Fucking copy editors. This could point the way to developing new treatments for the likes of brain injuries, Alzheimer's, Huntington's, and neurodegenerative conditions. Hey, hopefully they finish that soon. You know, not that we have a candidate that may have that shit or anything, but yeah.
But hey, this is brand new, so
Yeah.
let's see what happens in the next 10 years.
This is an extraordinary and very promising breakthrough for neuroscience. It immediately offers much better model for studying the human brain, which is extraordinarily important, given the vast amount of human suffering from diseases of the mind and brain. Nida Farahani, the bioethicist at the Duke University School of Law, who wrote the study's commentary, told National Geographic. An ethical gray matter. Before anyone gets an Island of Dr. Moreau vibe, it's worth noting that the brains did not approach neural activity anywhere near consciousness. The BrainX solution contained chemicals that prevented neurons from firing. To be extra cautious, the researchers also monitored the brains for any such activity, and were prepared to administer an anesthetic should they have seen any signs of consciousness. Even so, the research signals a massive debate to come regarding medical ethics and our definition of death. Most countries define death, clinically speaking, as the irreversible loss of brain or circulatory function. This definition was already at odds with some folk and value-centric understandings, but where do we go if it becomes possible to revive clinical death with artificial perfusion? This is wild, Jonathan Moreno, a bioethicist.
You know what? This is what's going to happen. They're going to figure out how to do brain transplants.
Okay, so what just happened was my headset turned off because no one had been talking for the last 15 minutes.
Oh, it hasn't been that long.
Usually we don't go this long without talking, without anyone but me talking. This is just interesting.
Yeah,
Like to me, this is horrifying.
I didn't think it was that long. Yeah, because what's going to happen is there's going to be brain transplants. So when your body dies, you just take somebody that died in a car crash and pop your brain into there.
Like, yes, it's somebody who died in a car crash is not going to have any other physical trauma, just a brain injury. Like,
Well,
are they
no,
going to transplant your brain into a body that is dying horribly?
No, they're taking the car crash victim and putting them into an old dude's body that died of natural causes.
no,
Ugh.
no. No, you got to pick somebody that like died of a brain tumor.
Or this
There's
is
no
what we're going to do with our
saving.
death row
There's
prisoners
no
from now
saving
on.
them. Huh?
Yeah, now instead of dying by by lethal injection or something like that, you get put in an old dude's body, and you die
Where
of
you
old
can offend
age.
no more.
You're sentenced to death. We've carried out the sentence. You have somewhere between 1 and 5 more years to live in
And
this
you have gout.
geriatric body.
All right, that's fine.
You will never again experience an erection. No!
Okay. Where was I?
Talking about undead pigs.
Okay. This is wild. Jonathan Moreno, a bioethicist at the University of Pennsylvania, told the New York Times, if ever there was an issue that merited big public deliberation on the ethics of science and medicine, this is one. One possible consequence involves organ donations. Some European countries require emergency responders to use a process that preserves organs when they cannot resuscitate a person. They continue to pump blood through the body, but use a thoracic aortic occlusion balloon to prevent that blood from reaching the brain. The system is already controversial because it raises concerns about what causes the patient's death. But what happens when brain death becomes readily reversible? Stuart Younger, a bioethicist at Case Western Reserve University, told Nature that if Brain X were to become widely available, it could shrink the pool of eligible donors. There's a potential conflict here between the interests of potential donors who might not even be donors and people who are waiting for organs, he said. It will be a while before such experiments go anywhere near human subjects. A more immediate ethical question relates to how such experiments harm animal subjects. Ethical review boards evaluate research protocols and can reject any that cause undue pain, suffering, or distress. Since dead animals feel no pain, suffer no trauma, they are typically approved as subjects. But how do such boards make a judgment regarding the suffering of a cellularly active brain, the distress of a partially alive brain? The dilemma is unprecedented. And there's just a little bit left in this article. Setting new boundaries. Another science fiction story that comes to mind when discussing this story is, of course, Frankenstein. As Frankenstein. As Farahani told National Geographic, it is definitely has a good science fiction element. What the fuck? I hope that that's got to be their fucking error. Anyway, it definitely has a good science fiction element to it, and it is restoring cellular function where we previously thought impossible. But to have Frankenstein, you need some degree of consciousness, some there. The researchers did not recover any form of consciousness in this study, and it is still unclear if we ever could. But we are one step closer to that possibility. She's right. The researchers undertook their research for the betterment of humanity, and we may one day reap some unimaginable medical benefit. Reap. God damn. We may one day reap some unimaginable medical benefits from it. The ethical questions, however, remain as unsettling as the stories they remind us of.
Don't fear the Reaper.
Yeah, with this, you really don't have to. Don't fear the Reaper. Oh, you're sitting here waiting for me, motherfucker? Yeah, no, I got Brain X. I'm good. Fuck you. You can go to your next. That's kind of crazy, though. We usually think of the brain just deteriorating so quickly that it's just not recoverable if it's too long without brain activity. But the fact that
I wonder, like, what kind of quality of brain you're going to have in the scenario wherein you need Brain X. Like, can you use this in somebody who's like completely destroyed the subcortex of the structure of their brain with like a little bit of Brain X? Like, is somebody who's like done like a whole bunch of cocaine and alcohol?
Suck starting a 45 is gonna prevent the use of Brain X.
Like, what if you just like shove a bunch of cocaine in your fucking in your spinal cord and in your eyeballs and in your nostrils, like to the point where you have like one big vampire bat coke nostril?
We don't condone the use of drugs officially on this show. As a reminder, do not do drugs.
But
we officially do not endorse drugs.
Yeah. If not endorsing it, but if you're doing cocaine, you better be drinking because that's the kind of drug it's for.
And Brain X should be the thing that is the linchpin to save all those drunken coke addicts.
It's not going to.
Yeah. Give them a second
Speaking
chance.
of drunken coke addicts. We have another story.
Okay.
The audience understands why this is so fucking hilarious. Thank you, Al, for actually like reading what we're going through beforehand. Los Angeles Fire Department responds after Steve-O duct tapes himself to Hollywood billboard to promote special.
Steve-O need Brain X. Indiegogo. Fund it. Get Steve-O some Brain X right now.
Okay.
He's duct taping himself to infrastructure now, for Christ's sake.
Well, it was his own billboard.
I mean, thank God, I guess. Like, he paid for it. So I don't know why they're removing him then.
To be fair, this is a guy who agreed to be strapped into a full porta-shitter and get launched into the air inside of it by big-ass bungee cords.
For fun.
This is a dude that broke his entire face trying to do a flip off of a balcony. This is a dude that snorted wasabi.
This is a dude who tried to play baseball by getting naked and hitting the ball with his dick.
This is
so with all of that in mind,
he shook through his own mouth and tried to go and try to use himself as bait for shark fishing.
Yes,
I forgot about that
thing,
one.
Right?
Yeah, that was
like that was a Wild Boys thing, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, so perhaps you can understand why we think that this man requires some Brain X, and why he might, for a publicity stunt, duct tape himself to a billboard.
Okay, so hold on. Before we get into this article, I do have to clarify. Everybody calls him a moron and shit like that. And I completely disagree because he ended up going to clown college to learn how to like tumble and fall and juggle and do tightrope shit. Like a lot of the acrobatic type things that he does, it's because he went to clown college. And on top of that, this is all he's wanted to do since he was 18 is do ridiculous shit and or be a stuntman. So he is living his dream, and I think he is genius for finding out how to become a millionaire off of it. So I wouldn't call him.
They say do what you know. They say do what you know, and he went to clown college. And by God, he's made himself a lot of money.
Yeah. Oh, you should read.
So anyway, this fucking idiot duct tapes himself to a fucking billboard.
Yeah, Steve taped himself up to a billboard in Hollywood as part of a publicity stunt on Thursday morning, prompting a response from the Los Angeles Fire Department. The Jackass star and television personality, known for his wild stunts and pranks, began live streaming himself this morning on his YouTube channel. Steve-O was duct taped to a billboard in the 1700 block of, I don't know how to read that, Boulevard, that promoted his upcoming multimedia special. Gnarly. I'm attached to a billboard right now and want to emphasize that a team of real professionals rigged everything safely, he assured fans in an Instagram post. There is zero chance of me falling, and it's important to me that we not waste any valuable city resources. See? But at 9:35 a.m., LAFD personnel and local law enforcement responded to bring down the well-known prankster, calling the situation an apparent single-patient behavior emergency, according to a fire department alert. At least one lane of Cahuenga was closed during the operation, impacting traffic in the area, according to LAFD. Firefighters used a ladder to help him off the billboard, and he was safely down around 10:20 a.m., according to Sky 5 video. Steve-O, clad only in a diaper at the time, was then placed in a wheelchair. I'm not surprised. And examined by fire personnel. The aerial footage showed he was released soon after. Los Angeles Police Department told KTLA that Steve-O had rented the billboard, and as he wasn't trespassing, no crime was committed. Yeah, so why'd you take him down? He's wearing a diaper. He's up there all day.
He's planned this out. He had a crew attach him to the damn thing.
Yeah. The performer, whose real name is Stephen Glover, was previously arrested in connection with a different aerial stunt in Hollywood in 2015. Oh, that was when he was doing the whole SeaWorld thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I don't disagree with him doing that. That's fine. On August 9th of that year, Steve-O climbed an approximately 100-foot tall construction crane, shot fireworks off it in an apparent protest against SeaWorld, which he streamed live on his Facebook page. Yeah, he was sentenced to 30 days in jail and temporarily ordered to stay out of Hollywood after pleading no contest to 2 misdemeanors. Yeah. He wanted to bring attention to the fucking horrible shit that SeaWorld was doing. I don't blame him for that. You go, Steve-O. Keep being you.
Good on you, Steve-O. You did nothing wrong except for all that other shit, like the cocaine. That was a bad idea.
Well, no, his thing was really everything. He did all of it, dude.
He made a bunch of mistakes.
True.
Oh, they're fucking giving him a helmet so he can climb down. I'm playing the video while we bullshit. It's muted.
Oh, okay.
This is so dumb.
No,
I gotta say, my favorite part about this right now is that they have it set up so that they're blocking a road when there's a parking lot right below the fucking billboard.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, check out Steve-O's YouTube channel. He's been recording like just about everything that he's done since he was like 20 years old. and he has kept as pretty much all of the footage. And he's been releasing like little bits and pieces here and there on his YouTube channel and like talking about it and shit. So go check that out for sure.
It is absolutely 100% crucial that you people understand that this is a human being who lives in this world. He's decided that he would make a spectacle of himself every single day.
He deserves our respect.
He's great.
He's just nuts enough to be worth paying attention to, not nuts enough to warrant like the ill will he's garnished. Like seriously, like I'm gonna pause this real quick. The fucking parking lot right below it, and they chose to block the goddamn road.
Yeah. You know how public services work, man.
Yeah. Anything anything run by the government is inefficient.
But the fact that he wasn't trespassing, he wasn't breaking any laws, he was just doing a publicity stunt, just streaming it onto his YouTube channel. And he specifically said he doesn't want any city resources wasted on this. And then they did it anyway. I don't know. Maybe you should have called ahead.
Yeah. Hey, just don't worry about any calls about a guy being taped to a billboard. I've rented the billboard. I'm taping myself to it. I got a nice little crew here. I don't know why he's all of a sudden from like Brooklyn or some shit.
Yeah, you gotta go more gravelly. Hey man, hey man, I got a nice crew here, and I'm just hanging myself to this billboard. Don't just
duct tape myself to stuff forever.
Sorry, my throat was destroyed by ketamine, and like, I don't know, it's so that I'm just gonna hang myself from this billboard. It's just a publicity stunt. Don't worry about it, okay? Like,
don't send anybody to save me.
It'll be totally fun. I got a crew making sure everything's secure. I got people there to back me up if I need it. I'll be wearing a diaper, so don't worry about anything like that. But
the diaper's important.
Don't waste. Not one of my crew will contact you if there is an actual issue. Okay.
It's like Steve-O, we understand that you had duct taped yourself to something as a publicity stunt. Could you please explain the diaper? Well, I thought it was going to be there a while.
Yeah.
I took a dump first. I took a dump first.
I don't know what they were doing. I thought I was going to be there all day, but then the fire department came.
Yeah, how long was he up there for?
It's fucking crazy, man.
He's like, I'm on a vegan diet now. I could poop at any second.
Yeah. It's not the first time I've had to wear a diaper because I was in a weird situation. It's fine.
Yeah, they don't say when he started live streaming on this article. So I don't know when he started live streaming, so I don't know how long he was actually up there for.
Well, he's probably up there for like good 2 to 3 hours. Because they brought him down at 10:20 a.m. So
yeah, he was up there for at least an hour.
Him and David Blaine should get together and do some weird shit.
I can think of no segue into this next article except for saying, speaking of weird shit.
Wild boar.
This is some weird shit.
Wild boar emerges from sea and charges at sunbathers in Germany. This is something I'd expect in Australia, because everything's trying to kill you in Australia.
Well, like, the other joke is that it's not really an actual pig. It was just an Italian man who was very angry at the fact that he was sharing a beach with a bunch of Germans.
Yeah, well, I mean, Black Forest ham comes from somewhere, right? For
The
those of you
amphibious assault of
that aren't
war.
geography savvy, Black Forest is in Germany.
Beachgoers in North Germany were shocked by the sight of a wild boar approaching them from the Baltic Sea. Footage from the scene shows the swine swimming from for the shore with its snout and ears poking above the water. Shouts of "Laufen!" meaning run in German, are heard from various people on Schmager Strand. Though one woman on the edge of the shore can be seen calmly pointing out the approaching boar to a young girl. A man was seen to strike the boar on its side with a spade as it turned towards him after emerging from the sea. Seemingly unfazed, the boar continued up the beach, causing pedestrians to clear the way as it sprinted through. Wild boar are known to be able swimmers. There were reports last year of a herd of boar swimming several miles across the Malacca Strait from Indonesia to Malaysia and terrorizing farmers upon arrival. They are very common in Germany and have been known to cause trouble for humans. Last week, a naked man was photographed chasing a boar that had stolen his belongings through a park in Berlin, and they've got a picture of the dude, and you can't see anything, and we're not expanding it. In 2019, Danish authorities built a 42-mile fence spanning the German border, not far from the beach at Schlangenstein, in order to keep wild boar out. Schonghagen.
We're not good Germans. I'd expect you not, but
I'm not good at German for being a black man.
Oh man, this episode's fucking explosive. Do you have 26 people watching yet?
No, we've got 5.
Damn.
Oh, okay.
It says 8 in our users in chat list, but it's saying there's only 5 people watching.
Damn.
It doesn't like us. It doesn't update our numbers properly.
Hey guys, could you do us like a favor and share this out when we're doing it? I see all the same people. I don't see you guys sharing shit. That's all I'm saying.
Bunch of jerks.
Yeah.
I blame the audience for all of our shortcomings.
Yeah. Of course. Who else do you blame?
Yeah, Jables is a prolific self-promoter. So, there's that.
Yeah, I promote myself all the fucking time. Also, just so you guys know, we have, let me find it real quick. We are affiliated with Brave Browser. If you could download that and use it, that gets money. And if you're using it, then you also gain cryptocurrency, which you can donate to us. So, much appreciated.
Brave Browser, ladies and gentlemen.
Brave Browser. Links in the description. It has a built-in ad blocker, and you gain money from using it. You can either donate it to us, you can donate it to somebody else, or you can keep it for yourself. I don't really give a shit, but we still get money just for you downloading and using it. So do that.
It's like, who do you want to support when all of this stuff comes to a head? Do you want to be on Microsoft's side? Do you want to be on Google's side? Or do you want to be on the side of the independent thinker, the big-brained individual? Well, in order to get into that big brain zone, you've got to get out of that small brain zone that's full of Google and Microsoft. You got to get brave. You got to become the thing that you've always wanted to be. You got to be brave. Get brave. Get away from the old. Get to the new.
Yeah, the
Get
only
the
reason
currency laced.
It works exactly
Webs-
like Chrome, but
browser.
it blocks all trackers and it blocks pop-ups. So go ahead
Yeah.
and do it.
honestly, the only reason we don't use it for the show is because it doesn't play well with OBS. The only reason.
Yeah.
You could block anybody. You could block the government. You could block people that you know. You could block your own parents. Why wouldn't you block your own
Sure,
parents?
that's
I mean,
You
they're
can
just
block your
It
annoying.
does
nose.
have a built-in VPN.
You could block other people. You could block the people that you interact with every day. They don't need to know what you're doing online. Block everybody. Block the government. Stay away from the government. Do your best to keep away from the government. Learn skills that are important to you that will keep you safe.
Block your rock.
And declare yourself an independent person who believes in no man's law but God's law. And speaking of independent people who don't believe in man's law, we have a new article.
God damn you and your transition.
I just want you to like come beforehand, make transitions, and just fuck out. Rimshee, can you take this one too, real quick?
Alright.
It begins with our favorite superhero, folks. Yes, he's back. Florida Man.
Yeah, superhero and supervillain, depending on the day. Florida man arrested for building 26 pipe bombs.
26. Not 1 or 2 or 3.
26! Palm Beach County Sheriff arrested a man after finding more than 24 pipe bombs, including some that contained nails, screws, and metal pellets. Gregory... I'm not actually going to read his last name because fuck him. 34 is facing 26 felony counts of making, possessing, and placing a destructive device after his arrest Wednesday night in Palm Beach County. Officers had been called to a dead-end street after reports of an explosion. Boynton Beach Police said in court records, investigators found remains of an exploded pipe bomb and several undetonated bombs along the road. They sealed off the area, and the Palm Beach County Sheriff's bomb squad disabled the devices. A neighbor told them a man named Greg, who lived nearby, makes bombs and sometimes detonates them in vacant lots. Officers also found a box in a trash bin with what's his face's name on it, and found several bombs and gunpowder. They say Greg soon approached officers and told them he was why they were there. Investigators say he told them he had been making bombs for years and had made some of the found devices for this past 4th of July. He said he never meant to hurt anyone, saying he put the screws, nails, and pellets in the bombs to remove tree stumps.
I believe him.
He
Totally
was
plausible story.
yeah.
100% believable. You can trust Florida Man when he tells you that he built these dangerous objects to attack tree stumps.
He was being held.
Why else would you create pipe bombs in this atmosphere?
He was being held Thursday at the Palm Beach County Jail on $26,000 bond. The Palm Beach County Public Defender's Office had no immediate comment. Florida
What do you expect him to say?
man versus the
Florida Man has basically admitted to doing all of these things which are fucking crimes. He was not helping in his own defense when he was giving everything but a motive. It's like, my motive was to attack tree stumps, and I see so many tree stumps walking around every single day. I can't stand the sight of them. They're everywhere.
You'd be surprised as to how many sentient tree stumps you would see walking around California.
And that's one of the big fears. It's just like, I was just using them on tree stumps, Your Honor. Tree stumps that look a lot like my neighbors.
Seriously though, there are tree stumps that walk around here. Sentient tree stumps. We need Florida
Yeah.
Man in California to take out those fuckers.
It's terrifying. It's things you say. How dare you? How dare you assume that this man built these pipe bombs for anything other than taking out tree targets and tree targets alone?
Yeah.
This man was a virtuous man. He was a patriot. Speaking of patriots,
yeah. Oh God.
our next story.
Yes, but no.
They're both patriots. Florida man who built a bunch of pipe bombs for spurious reasons, and this next fellow. Please, if you would, Maestro.
Black man defending Confederate monument compared to Chappelle Show character.
It's the man.
Clip of a black man defending a Confederate monument in Albertville, Alabama, has gone viral, with many likening the man to a famous Dave Chappelle character, Clayton Bigsby, a blind white supremacist who is black. Yeah, okay. For everybody in the chat that hasn't watched Chappelle Show, shame on you. Watch Chappelle Show. But there's Clayton Bigsby, who was the blind leader of the KKK. And I might be teasing a little bit of surprise. We might be calling the KKK tonight on the main show. Just saying. And we'll see. And Clayton Bigsby became a leader, but like he was raised in an orphanage. He was blind, and they just told him he was white to make it easier on him, so he wasn't worried about it, and just became a white supremacist. He was like writing books and shit and had the best speeches for the KKK, so they kept him around and just kept him covered so people didn't know he was black. So that's Clayton Bigsby. Let's talk about this real guy. In the 2000s. Yeah. Okay, never mind. They just described the sketch there. The WHNT news story features an interview with Daniel Sims about the organization Say Their Names, who are trying to get Confederate symbols removed from outside Marshall County Courthouse. Sims, who is black, is a member of the group Sons of Confederate Veterans, who are fighting for the monument to stay at the courthouse. Regardless how the next person feels, I'm not going to take my flag down. If I got anything to do with it, ain't no monument coming down, Sims told WHNT, while wearing a Confederate flag cap and a shirt with the flag embroidered on it. Similar to Chappelle's character, Sims was reportedly raised in a predominantly white environment, being adopted when he was young. He said that he felt a strong connection to the monument through his family. My whole family's white. Went to all white schools, grew up in an all white neighborhood. My grandfather was white, and he's the main one who fought in this war here. And he taught me everything I know, Sims told WHNT. Oof. Never mind. Maybe it is a lot more like Clayton Bigsby than I thought. Sims added that he would be furious if the monument was taken down. It may make my blood boil if they just come up here and feel like they can tear it down. I don't see me still living if they do that right there. He said, that monument ain't hurting nobody. That monument ain't killing a soul. It ain't talking bad to nobody. It ain't even racist. Many people on Twitter called the Chappelle Show sketch genius, noting that it came up with the idea for Clayton Bigsby 17 years before this story aired. One person on Twitter also made reference to the sunken place from Jordan Peele's 2017 film Get Out. In the Oscar-winning movie, the sunken place is a void where black people's consciousness go as a result of a sci-fi seeming medical procedure, which white people take control of their bodies. I still haven't seen Get Out. We should do that for a movie night some night. Twitter.
Twitter, twatter, twatter, twa.
Sims declined Newsweek's request for comment. Yeah,
I think we heard everything we need to hear from him. He's made he has staked his position in the dirt
Quite clearly.
and let none challenge him. Let none think to challenge this man's his grit and determination to maintain this ugly monument.
Yeah, I mean, Rimshee, it's only a 53-second video. Could you play it for the audience?
It's not set up to play. Oh, but I can play
Okay.
this one down here.
We're willing to make to relocate it to somewhere that doesn't stand for justice as our courthouses do.
But Say Their Names Alabama has some opposition from about 24 members and supporters of the Sons of Confederate Veterans.
Regardless how the next person feel, I'm not going to take my flag down. If I got anything to do with it, ain't no monument going to come down.
Daniel Sims says he was adopted as a child.
My whole family's white. Went to all-white school, grew up in an all-white neighborhood. My grandfather was white, and he was the main one that fought in this war here. And he's taught me everything I know.
He explains how he'd feel if the statues and flag were relocated.
It may make my blood boil if they just come up here and feel like they can just tear it down. I don't see me still living if they do that right there. That monument ain't hurting nobody. That monument ain't killing a soul. It ain't talking bad to nobody. It ain't even racist.
But Dunstan says she...
Do you want me to send you a link, El Presidente, so you can watch it later?
Oh, I've seen this video. Don't you worry.
I'm sure you did. I'm sure you're a huge fan of it.
A fan? Fan? I'm no fan, sir. I just admire somebody who has strong enough convictions to stand against the tide of everything that everyone calls sanity. And he's done it without having to, like, smear himself with shit and wrap tinfoil around his head.
Hey, tinfoil's important.
Not aluminum foil, underlined, tinfoil. This man marches to the beat of his own drum, and we should respect that, even if that is his dance style is stupid. And to everyone watching, this whole thing is one hideous exercise of insanity.
Yeah, I love it though.
It's a wonderful world we live in. We have the freedom to do these things, and we should be happy and proud that this man is allowed to do these things and remind us of how free we are, indeed.
I do. I'd give him a high five. Well, not right now during
It's
time.
So good on you, you crazy person.
Other times, I'd give him a high five. I don't care.
Shut up, you crazy diamond.
At least he's not Canada.
At least, at the very least, we ask so little of Canada, and we get so little from them in return, and it just still seems like we're disappointed.
Well,
yeah, we're disappointed.
From.
Disappointed because they're just.
Hey, I live close to the Canadian border. I've met a lot of illegal Canadian. I'm just saying that, wrong walls.
I was assured that no person is illegal except for those undesirable types, and those change depending on where you're standing. Evidently, geography determines who are the undesirables.
Yeah, Canadians. That's what it is here.
It's true. We do not desire the Canadians. We will not suffer a Canadian to live.
El Presidente does not speak for the.
El Presidente,
hypothetical, folks.
Speak for the opinions of the Lesser Saints of Discord, even though he's right.
I said in Minecraft, you can do nothing to me now. I am bulletproof.
Yeah, in Minecraft, it's the same as saying allegedly.
It's true. Like that's basically the get out of jail free card for all of the edgelords now. You can say whatever crazy shit you want, but if you say in Minecraft at the end of it, aha, no one can touch you. It's an absolute complete disaster that we have created this language of ours and the legal system which supports it.
And abuses
Speaking of absolute disasters,
it.
Rimshee?
You got this one. I read too.
Okay, fine. Fire tornado captured on video as massive lake fire marches across Angeles National Forest. Lake Hughes, California. A dramatic fire tornado was captured on video Wednesday evening inside the perimeter of an unrelenting brush fire that has grown to 10,500 acres near Lake Hughes in the Angeles National Forest. I've never seen anything like this, ABC 7's Veronica Miracle. Veronica Miracle? Are you kidding me?
again, we have a name that is perfect for a different goddamned job.
In this case, probably
definitely
porn.
A hooker.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, Veronica Miracle should absolutely be like some kind of sex worker.
Stripper, porn star.
I hope she has an OnlyFans at least.
Let's get a look at this broad. I'm going to Google.
Veronica Miracle said in a tweet that included footage of the fiery phenomenon, noting that the blaze had created the fire tornado on a hill near Pine Canyon Road, and it's sucking everything inside. Yeah, you suck everything inside.
Yeah, I bet Veronica Miracle would know all about that. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying?
Know what I'm saying?
The fire began.
Also, just unrelated. I would totally subscribe to this chick's OnlyFans account. Like, sorry if Veronica Miracle ever hears this, that I'm being such a disastrous bore. But you're hot, all right? Wood simp.
Yeah. She's hot. Fire
Worth
hot.
simping, yeah.
Would absolutely simp. Absolutely. Unashamed. I dare you to try to shame me. Impossible.
Oh, she's cute.
She's 100% cute. It's definitely better than Pokemon or whatever that fucking ridiculous.
What do you see?
I don't know. I don't know what to call her since she doesn't really do anything.
No, she's not like California hot. She's cute.
Money sponge. I don't know. But Veronica Miracle, she works hardly.
I'd pay the money to have her pushed over a grade.
Absolutely. She can be my mail order Russian bride anytime.
Down.
The opinions of Jables are not necessarily the opinion of Lesser Saints Discord LLC.
Yeah, well, the opinions of El Presidente should be taken as law and gospel everywhere you are in the world. Print them on stone tablets. Tell all your friends.
Just because Jables owns the company doesn't mean his views reflect the views. Different. Okay.
I mean, I don't know if they're seeing pictures of Veronica Miracle, but she's 100% hotter than that fucking fire tornado that they're talking about in the story.
Oh, God, yeah.
Hold on, time out. Nick, I totally got a business license for this because you had to have a Twitch account to get money. So I'm already set.
Jables LLC has nothing to do with El Presidente Enterprises, and all opinions of El Presidente Enterprises should be taken as 100% fact.
That's fair.
In any event, there was a fire raging in California, which wasn't taking out the parts of California you would want to burn. I'm not saying the people have to be there, but Beverly Hills should go up in flames.
Mickey Ficky gifted a 1-tier sub to Laughing Scoundrel Podcast, aka Nick. Nick, I legitimately have a business license. Stop.
You have to be a whore.
Yeah, you have to be an internet whore. The fire began Wednesday afternoon and exploded in size within hours on brushy ridges, including some areas that had not burned since 1968, fire officials said. By Thursday morning, the flames had consumed nearly 16.5 square miles of timber in chaparral shrubland. There was no containment of the fire.
And that fire was called Veronica Miracle. My God.
Yeah.
And speaking of things you would say, my God, to, one of the search results for Veronica Miracle is Veronica Miracle feet. You fucking feet people. You and me are going to have a showdown. So
Get out of my...
Because you people are ruining this shit.
By the way, for those of you that don't know, in a private chat on Discord, El Presidente is just posting constant pictures of Veronica Miracle.
You're
and no one is
right.
upset.
This is amazing.
Just want them to know what's going on.
It was, people were going to be like, oh, he's fucking crazy. You have to see this chick. She's hot. Hot like fire. Yeah, hot like the fire currently burning parts of California.
Yeah, I wouldn't kick her out of bed for eating crackers.
Ah, amazing.
Okay.
All right, I was distracted. Which is easy to it's an easy thing to happen.
Are you looking at her? Stop looking at her feet.
I'm not looking at her feet. In fact, none of these pictures had a picture of her fucking feet. I guess the first one kind of does. She's wearing sandals.
Yeah, the second one does kind of, but she's wearing shoes.
There's 3 of them posted. I don't know if you saw the first one, but like,
yeah, it's the first.
Okay. There's one in a black dress. Oh my God. You're wasted on television, honey. You got to go to the private sector, and I mean the other private. You know what I'm saying?
The super private.
The OnlyFans sector.
Side. That's right. You get 1 subscriber right here.
All right. Well, with
speaking of subscribers, you should become a subscriber to the Lesser Saints of Discord.
Yes.
Jumping on the bandwagon.
Yeah. Subscribe to us, get notifications, use some emojis. We're still working on the fire extinguisher emoji. And Nick is live now, so we're going to be starting the raid soon, but hang out and let me hear some shills before Rimshee actually does that.
Yeah, once it starts working, I'll let you know. It's not letting me.
Oh.
Well, damn.
Oh, no.
The quality just keeps going up the more things keep fucking up.
I know. It's fucking sucks. Well, be sure to come back next week at 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And come and hang out. Also, be sure to join this Discord, I guess. Yeah.
The Lesser Saints Discord. Link is in the below bar.
Yeah, the Lesser Saints Discord. Give us like news suggestions and stuff, because it kind of is a pain in the ass to find news that is politics related during an election. And trying to avoid COVID related stuff is rough.
Suggestions, images that baffle all, anything that you think is entertaining, anything you want to hear these people talk about. Those are the kind of things that you can post in the general chat. I recommend it heavily. I have been posting nonstop pictures of a hot chick. You too can post anything that you want in there, provided that it doesn't get searched by the FBI or banned off of Discord forever.
Yeah, just keep within Discord TOS and you're pretty much good in our server. So,
and you'd be amazed at what you can get away with. Look it up. I swear to God, it's amazing.
Yeah. Wow, this is the longest raid time I've ever seen.
Yeah, we're ready to raid whenever you are.
Oh, yeah, I'm ready to go. Have a good night, everybody.
So
Later!